They say never. I say never tell me what to do. A person will never put you in a position above them. That's never a lie, always true. Success never comes without risk, and risk never comes without fear. YouTube is a smoking mirror, never how it appear.
Let me say that again, though, for the people in the back. Demand is the most important piece of the supply and demand equation. If there's no demand, the supply of trucks doesn't matter. If there's no demand, it doesn't matter how many trucks you have. It don't. The tender reject, it don't matter. The supply of trucks only affects the price and the rate. And I know y'all like this boy. I know I sound foreign right now because I'm not talking they talk. I'm talking my talk. So now we get to talking about price and rate. You like, whoa. That's important, right? Yeah, it is important. It is. I ain't gonna lie to you. It is important. And you not wrong for thinking that the price is important or for you thinking just how important the price is. I disagree with that, but I understand why you feel that way. And let me tell you why I disagree with that and what separates me from everybody else. See, because I understand that the price is important just like you, but I understand that being able to identify the things that affect consumer spending is the most important thing in the industry. I'm gonna run that back because I know this talk is foreign to y'all. Y'all not used to this. I understand that price is important, but I understand that being able to identify the things that affect consumer spending is the most important thing in the industry. It's the most important thing in the industry for somebody that's running the business. If you can identify these things, then you can prepare for the market shifts. It's that easy. You clicked on the right video today. One of the biggest things that influence consumer spending is, guess what? I know y'all don't know. Because y'all don't do this. I do this. It's levels. One of the biggest influence on consumer spending, put it in the comments what you think it is. I'm going to tell you. You ain't even got to do all that. I did the homework for you. I did the research for you. That's why I know I'm worth $2,500. It's inflation. I know. They not talking like that. They don't want you to know this because they want you to chase the miles. They don't want you to know this. It's inflation. What? What is he talking about? What does inflation have to do? Stay with me. Get your pen and paper out and take notes. When I'm gone, they gonna study my bones behind this. You need to know who controls inflation. I done already told you inflation is what influences consumer spending. I put you up on game. You didn't even look at it like that. Most of y'all just get in there, pre-trip the truck, drive the truck from point A to point B. Yeah, no idea why the rate's low and why fuel's high. You in the right spot. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's go. The Feds control inflation. Did you know that? You do now. The higher the inflation rate, the greater the distance between working wages and the cost of living. The greater the distance, the less money consumers have to spend. We back to consumer spending. You see how I brought that full circle? Come on, man, run that back. I ain't done. I'm gonna keep going. The lower the inflation rate, the smaller the distance between working wages and the cost of living. The smaller the distance, the more money consumers have to spend. Simply put, people spend money when they feel comfortable and safe. Period. How do the feds control inflation? I'm glad you asked. They control inflation by manipulating the interest rates. When inflation is too high, they typically raise inflation rates to slow the economy down and bring inflation down. So remember that, what was it, like $5 trillion that got pumped into the economy during the pandemic? Well, that money wasn't accounted for. And that resulted in this, 5.5% inflation rate that we got right now. Now, why is that important to trucking? Come on, y'all taking notes, right? You see where I'm going with it? You don't see where I'm going with it. Let me take you there, though. I'm going to bring you with me. I'm handing out plates so everybody can eat. Everybody eats, B. Everybody eats. Gold and silver, I have none, but what I have, I give to you. I'm giving you this information. Man, come on. I hope y'all hear me, but are y'all listening? Why is it important for us to be aware of inflation and aware of interest rates in the trucking industry? I'm going to tell you why it's important. Because the feds, they got a benchmark of a 2% inflation rate for the U.S. Now, I just told you inflation is at 5.5%. I'm 5.5. I know they're going to get in the comments like, oh, it's 5.2. Whatever. Let's just say 5% for the sake of this video. And so, how they going to get it to 2%? How? They got to raise the interest rates. And the reason, let me, sidebar, this is a side note. The reason, I'm teaching you how to fish. The reason that the feds believe 2% is the magic number is because they believe that consumers can spend confidently at 2%. Now, I don't know. I don't know where they came up with this number. I don't know. Now, I'm just a truck driver. But it seems to me that if we had a benchmark of 2% for inflation, the pre-pandemic, then we shouldn't be applying that post-pandemic. But I think that's going to make it a little difficult to produce a thriving, stable economy post-pandemic. That's all I'm saying. I'm just a truck driver, though. You know what I mean? So, hey, whatever. Moving on. This the problem that we facing that affects trucking. And the whole U.S. is facing this problem, but I want to talk about it, how it specifically is affecting trucking. The problem is that in order for us to get to this 2% benchmark, they got to continue to raise interest rates until the unemployment gets somewhere between 4 to 6%. And right now, unemployment at like 3.8%. Yeah. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? Y'all never thought about interest rates. Y'all never thought about consumer spending. Y'all never thought about why they raise them, why they lower them. Y'all never thought about balancing it. Y'all just want to drive the truck. It's cool if you just a truck driver, but if you running a business, you need to know this. And they told me I wasn't worth $2,500. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man. The reason that they do that to stabilize the economy is the higher the unemployment rate, the less consumers with available cash. It's that simple. Now, I don't see why. I don't understand this now. I just don't understand why they just won't raise the benchmark to say 3%, and we could probably do a lot better trying to get to 3% than we can from 5 to 2. Anyway, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is because I feel like them manipulating the interest rates, it only really affects the middle class, period. They the only ones that's really impacted by interest rates and unemployment. You know what I'm saying? Like, the rich people can afford it no matter which way it go, and the poor people get all type of government assistance and programs. But let me bring it back. My bad. Let me bring it back. So I get carried away. Watch this, though, because I'm going to bring it back to trucking. So, the higher the interest rates, the more uncomfortable and unsafe people feel And scared people don't spend money. Consumer spending is what controls trucking. Consumer spending. It's funny because the distance between the cost to own a truck and the pay to operate a truck continues to increase, thus making it more expensive to run a truck daily.
Been through a lot of pain in my life, and I pray the Lord take it all away.